Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Gross,
Here.
Hexel,
Here.
Oakley,
Here.
Hauser. Here. Reinhardt,
Here.
Majewski.
Here. Okay, we have agenda.
Yes, so there's a couple changes I'd like to make to the agenda, please. At the request of the chair, I added City of Harrison zoning discussion at the end of the meeting and the new business. City of Harrison zoning concerns under new business. And I would like to, under finance and administration, letter D, software and services purchase. I would like that to remove, I would like to remove that from the agenda temporarily. For now. Now it's on that report.
Which one is it? Number D, software and services.
D,
purchases.
software and services purchase.
Right there.
And this is not a change to the agenda, but there is a resolution. In equalization. 2607. There's been a very slight adjustment to the numbers yesterday. So I have the new. Adjusted number in my hand, I'll pass what? That's a little bit different. But this is a copy of the new resolution. Everything's the same except for the tentative taxable value. So I'm gonna pass this out to you. That's.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right.
I think that's not enough.
I'll make the motion, we accept the agenda as presented with the changes.
Second. Then moved in second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. General public comment.
You gotta approve the minutes.
Oh. Sorry.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And moved in second, we approve the minutes. I keep forgetting it, sorry.
I'm sorry, can you repeat who? I'm sorry.
Jeff moved it, was seconded by Rick. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Now we have general public comment. Yeah, Bill.
Take that real quick, George.
Sure.
Bill Simpson from the Road Official. I just want to take time to thank the board for coming to our CTE informational meeting that we had. I hope it was informational to you guys and you took away some good things about the good budget. I just haven't had an opportunity to get up here and thank attending.
Well, thank you for having
And,
us.
I learned a lot.
I learned a lot about your financial mix, so really.
Yeah, hopefully we can do it again next year.
Okay, administrative report.
There are minimal legislative updates to report at this time, since the legislature has been on spring break since our last board meeting. They did reconvene yesterday. Our 2-year price lock with our current health insurance provider is expiring. And we are currently going through the bidding process for health insurance coverage. We have received a proposal from Pacific Life for dental, vision, and supplemental coverage. And Jody and I met with them a week ago. They offer some improved benefits and a slightly reduced cost. We're currently reviewing provider participation lists for all employees to ensure compatibility for the dental services. But we have confirmed that the vision providers are widely accepted under this plan. The county audit has been completed. As previously noted, an extension was requested due to the delay in completing the transit audit, which is required as transit is a component unit of the county. We are also going through several programmatic audits for current grants right now, hoping to button one up this afternoon. It's a federal grant for the rural prosecution. I will be preparing a deficit elimination plan for the MIDC fund. Similar to the fund support situation last year, this was primarily a timing issue. We have implemented additional policies and procedures which you have been aware of. To prevent recurrence, and we are working closely with MIDC to improve their reimbursement turnaround times. They used to grant the money all up front, and now it's on reimbursement. Quarterly. We are also ensuring that necessary funding levels are addressed with the upcoming grant agreement. Materials management planning efforts are increasing significantly for myself and Greg and Lucas. And they are requiring substantial time for data collection for an approved consultant, if that's for today. We have issued several RFPs lately. Including one that we issued Monday night for repairs and rehabilitation for the airport terminal. We will also be applying for additional funding through the State Aeronautics Commission. And we are previously awarded airport grants have been completed successfully, and we have finalized grant closeout process. Which I hope I'm not running on your parade. That's for your report.
Absolutely.
We know that BSNA cloud has been a big topic. We did bid out the comprehensive software solution project. We received 3 proposals. We have the BSNA, which is in your packet, but at the 11th hour, we received 2 other proposals. From out of state companies. So these additional bids were submitted late in the process, which it's gonna require some further review. So as a result, that is why I asked that the BSNA was temporarily removed from the agenda. To allow Jenny and I to go over that. We are meeting with one of the companies next Tuesday. And he's gonna have it's significantly less money, so. We're gonna do a demo with them. We may have to request that you have a special meeting within the next couple weeks. I'll keep you posted. We are also preparing an RFP for IT services, because that contract's coming up. So we are working on multiple contract renewals. We will be completing post audit reporting requirements, including F-65. I'll be working on that in the next couple of weeks. With the opioid settlement funding, we have expanded the recovery programming and are assisting individuals seeking treatment, which are whether they're convicted or anybody in the community. So there is a ribbon on our website that does say if anybody is struggling with opioid addiction, it doesn't matter if they're in the system, they can call and get help, and there's a phone number for them. We have had somebody in the community that has successfully completed in treatment. And they're doing well, and then the second individual is remaining in treatment right now. We continue the outreach efforts with individuals in custody and in the community, offering assistance with intake into the treatment programs. At this point in the fiscal year, the county should be approximately 54.17% expended. We are currently at 36% expended, indicating that we remain in a strong financial position. Tomorrow is the celebration for local philanthropy. I think I sent all of you this a couple weeks ago in a separate email. This is with the Clare and Gladden County Community Foundations from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. You're invited. It's at the John C. Madden Center. This week is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. So we would like to give a big shout out to and a thank you to our 911 dispatchers. They truly make a better, safer community, and we do appreciate their hard work. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you. Any questions for Lori? And we have a special presentation by Pete.
Thank you and good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Pete Presley with the Equalization Department, and 'tis the season because this is the end of our equalization season. It's where the Board of Commissioners adopts and approves the 2024 form, which is a culmination of all the March Board of Review actions and the assessment roles for the local assessors. And that's all tabulated at one page. And then for the chair and the clerk to sign the 4037s, which is then taking that data out and dividing it among the local units for them to put in their assessment roles. It is an audit year, an AMAR year from the State Tax Commission for local units in Clare County. They are preparing their information there and they'll have an audit. So, we'll participate with that as well. But the sheet that Lori passed out was prepared by Tracy Brubeck here in the office. She has done a wonderful job, especially with some of the ups and downs of software this year, and doing her and Sarah doing an excellent job moving that department and keeping it flowing. I get to dive in, take the credit, so I want to make sure they were properly acknowledged. So overall, we have everything separated by class. If you see the percent change for agriculture as you go across the top line there from 2025, the percent change is true. I did all of the field work and the appraisal studies for Clare County. We have a lot of big sales in agriculture. I'm talking upwards of $9,000 to $11,000 an acre in some cases. So, this may be a blip. We did see some movement into the community of folks that were buying large tracts and settling in. So we see that kind of as a blip, but ag usually doesn't affect your taxable value because it doesn't uncap typically. But others were fairly typical of what we see in other counties. So you did see about an 8% rise in what we call assessed value, but that would also be market value. So you would see, so Clare County continues to grow. The taxable value was up, taking away veterans about 3.7%. Do know that this is definitely subject to change, folks. We're going to have state tax commission or Michigan tribunals, tax tribunals throughout the year, and also the rollback. Tracy did do a tentative Headley rollback, showing that we are looking at a slight reduction again in your millage rate. We can, as we get we can provide additional budget numbers, such as if the Headley was renewed and you folks restored your original millage. But that's all I have for right now, and hope that we adopt this because we have to get this into the state by May 1st. Maybe don't act on it today. I'm gonna beg for a special meeting by May 1st so we can get that into the state. So.
It's on.
Okay, thank you. Now, happy to answer any questions, man. I will add one more thing is that I have recently prepared a presentation to one of my counties, kind of walking through this equalization season. When you folks have a less busier schedule, I'd be more than happy to present that and provide you a packet. Because I get up here and throw numbers around and 4024 this and 4037 that. I can kind of give you a little packet that'll guide you through that and what our department does. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are to Sheriff Department. Dale, you read that one for us, please?
Sure. Motion to approve the contract with Man Construction Inc. in the amount of $206,905.24.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Approved it.
Yeah.
Okay, roll call, please.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Osborne,
Yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Haskell,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Bankin,
Yes.
Presiding.
Yes. Motion carried. Jacob, would you do the equalization, please?
Of course. Make a motion to approve resolution 2607 and accept the equalization value recommendation presented by the county equalization director of $2,500,000,000 $584,837.
Redemption.
34, sorry, yep. I read it and then it said something completely different on the last number. Yeah, it's $2,500,584,834. There.
There's a second.
Second it.
We're moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Hepatitis.
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Jaski,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Haskell.
Yes. Motion carried. Jeff.
I move to approve the State Tax Commission Assessment Roll Certification. County Board of Commissioners, CBC L-4037, and allow chair to sign.
Second. I moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Haskell,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Jaski,
Yes.
Hepatitis.
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Motion carried. Jack.
I move to approve personal and real property totals L-4024 and allow the chair to sign.
Second.
I moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Haskell,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Jaski,
Yes.
Hepatitis,
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Motion carried. Great. 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 Yes.
Motion passed resolution 26-08, approving special assessment role as presented by the drainage manager.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hepatitis.
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Haskell,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Jaski.
Yes.
Motion carried. Marlene.
Make the motion to approve the contract with Resource Recycling Systems, Inc. to provide professional consulting services to support Clare County's participation in the Heartland Multi-County Management Plan process as authorized under Part 115 of the National Resource and Environmental Protection Act, MC 324.11571-324.11587 in the amount of $42,404.
Then moved and seconded. Roll call, please. Yes, David?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, this is just for our portion of it, so is it for our portion of it, so they're working with every county in.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make.
And our portion is $42,404, and we do have a grant.
Okay.
And actually, we'll have a grant, $80,000 a year for the next 3 years. To cover. And it also, pays a portion of my wages for the work that I do with this and travel.
Roll call, please.
Haskell,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Jaski,
Yes.
Hepatitis,
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose.
Yep. Yes.
Motion carried. I'll take this opportunity to mention, it may look like we moved through some of this pretty fast, but we get our packets almost a week ahead of time before our meetings. And it has administrator's notes and explanations for all of these to us, so we've had time to study it before we get here. So we're really not acting too quickly.
and anybody can have copies of this. I just don't make copies of the big packet because unless somebody asks, because it's just so much.
I just thought you might want to know, we don't hurry through it. We've had time to study it ahead of time.
And I can read the explanation too if somebody wants. I know there were times Jeff had asked me to do that.
Okay, would you do the next one, please?
I make a motion to approve statutory finance committee meeting minutes, March 16th, 2026. The amount of $401,480.30. And minutes of March 30th, 2026, in the amount of $120,754.06.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Majeski,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Astle,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yeah.
Bankin,
Yes.
Rositis.
Yes.
Motion carried. David?
Expenses.
Yes.
Motion to approve the expenditures for the month of March 2026 in the amount of $2,140,926.19. The general fund expenditures totaling $1,353,034.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Bankin,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Rositis,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Astle,
Yeah.
Hauser,
Yes.
Majeski.
Yes.
Carried. Dale, would you do budget adjustments?
Sure, budget adjustments to approve the budget adjustments 2655 in the amount of $273,874.64 and budget adjustment 2670 in the amount of $75,000.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Rositis,
Yes.
Bankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Astle,
Yes.
Oakley,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Majeski.
Yes.
Motion carried. E, with Jacob.
Make a motion to appropriate $100,000 from the general fund to the child care fund.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? That should explain it. Okay, roll call, please.
Rositis,
Yes.
Bankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Astle,
Yes.
Oakley,
No.
Hauser,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Majeski.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Jeff?
Make a motion to approve adjustments to administrative and non-union wages consistent with the findings of the compensation study as recommended by Personnel Committee.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Did you guys look at the mortgage requirements for increasing these wages during your meeting?
No.
So we don't know the impact of an increase in all these wages if you are contribution from those. And we talked about that in the past, and we were worried about their mortgage or look with the future contributions from the county. So I don't know if we looked at that, it's that long term.
Is there,
It's a flat rate
I
for
don't think we
It's a
did.
flat rate.
We did not, and we didn't when we did. the
Anyone
other
here
Studies as well.
before.
Our main concern was making sure that our people are in the average range with the other counties our size. That was our major consideration.
Did you play out that last one? So you're saying the counties that are our size, we're including all the ones on this page, bigger?
Yes.
Well, that's just kind of, there are two different ones. That one was just. Condensed. But this one also is included and these ones are all highlighted. with the averages.
All match. So Mason County is 28,000, which is a little less population than our advanced, these are less. So did we compare, I've asked what were the comparisons that we came to when it comes to population? Twice.
We did take into consideration, some of them were extremely low and it was because of the low population of the county.
And I see that you had a couple in the UP. Is that an accurate comparison with us? Because the UP is so different.
So Gabe,
How is the UP different?
Or if you look at Delta County, that's us down.
Yeah, I know.
So if you look at how that's, well, population there. And then the amounts. Delta.
so Gabe, I went through, because I had similar questions. I went through and pulled in the census data for each of the townships that are on here. The population, I took the taxable value off of the sheet that was provided for each of them. And then broke it down and then weighted each of the salaries that are in here based off of the taxable value, the population, and the median income for the area. And the ones that they came up with, even though the jump from what we're paying to what the proposal for the new salaries are, some of them are a larger portions. I mean, there's one that's 19.5% jump, but comparable to the counties that are around us, we're either at the median for the comparable counties, or we're just slightly above. But there's none of them where it hits even close to the top one, and that's taking into consideration some of the ones that are like, where is it? It's like Mason and a couple other ones where they don't have HR and finance coordinators, and those responsibilities most likely are on the administrator. And so their administrators get paid slightly more, and so I made sure to weight down for those ones where the roles of the administrator are increased. So I mean, from what I can tell, they are very comparable based on taxable value, because we are on the bottom end of median income, but we're in the middle for taxable values and towards the top for, and of taxable value and population. So it's right in line with everything else, because that was my concern, because I looked at the budget for this past financial year, and I compared, because the budget from last year or the salary increase from last year to this year was a 4%, which is to accommodate for inflation. And so after taking those and then looking at the proposed ones, there was the emergency services is a 12% increase. The HR coordinator is a 19.5% increase. The finance coordinator is a 25% increase. The IT director is a 9.4%. The senior services director is a 12%, and the maintenance director is a 1.8% increase from what they are in the budget. But it really is, it's like an adjustment just to make sure that they are keeping up with and being competitive, or not even competitive, but just fair. So because that was my concern. I looked at that and I went, that's a big jump. But then I went through and pulled all the data, because I'm like, that's a big jump. And it makes sense, because it does put us in with where the rest of the counties are, which is sad, because that means that unfortunately they're not where they're at now.
Right, that's it. That's what we came up with, and we didn't hurry through these. Our meeting lasted over an hour. And we only were adjusting 7 positions, so.
My question though on the MERS thing is because we later on have the policy that was implemented in December for the overage above 40% getting taken and putting into the capital improvements. Is that number that's in there for what we're estimating, including the estimated increase with the salary increases, for how much we would be looking at moving? Okay. Okay, perfect, then.
When you looked at your calculations and reviewed all it, you take into account the size of the county government, like how many employees, and then also how many seniors are in the counties?
No, I did not. That would be a good stat to pull in. And I can send this to you if you want to after. Because I have it all written out there. I'll have to transcribe this stuff on the legal pad, but if you're interested.
And when would this go on effect? Is it for the next budget year?
I think it was going to be immediate thing that was with the other position, the lead, adjusted their salary down. This was the last group to have their salaries adjusted, and all of the other groups have been adjusted previously.
Using the same formula that we have right here.
Right.
So.
Cause this is just to bring, cause we went through and did all the adjustments in pay on all of the union workers. These are all the non-union positions that haven't had any kind of adjustments made.
This was the last group that we needed to do adjustment for.
We use the same formula all the way through.
Okay, any other questions? Steve, roll call please.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Hoagland,
Yes.
Haskell,
Yes.
Gross,
Yes,
Gilmore,
Yes.
Fagan,
Yes.
Ruditis.
Yes.
Yes, motion carried. We are condemned, restricted fund.
I move 280,000 from the ending fund balance into the restricted fund for capital.
Second.
Yes, then moved to second, any discussion?
I just got one question on
Sure.
that. So we're putting this in here, is that budgeted to be spent or are we saving for capital improvements?
Well, that's later in the meeting too. So currently our fund balance, yeah, we're at 43%. And that's after audit adjustments. That's $6,379,762.24. 280,000 leaves us at 41% fund balance. $6,099,762.24. 280,000 would go into the restricted fund. And then it would stay there and we would use it when something comes up.
Okay, but we don't have that all scheduled to be spent already.
No, but I am gonna request something.
No, and that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But then my next question is on that. Let's say, for instance, we fall just below 40% in our fund balance, is that, if we've got it in that fund, do we have to take it back out, put it in fund balance, or is that
No,
locked
No.
away?
it's locked away.
But you can take it out anytime you want to.
For
We-
capital improvement?
Right,
Yeah, or anything else. We
It
put
could-
in the policy.
we could vote to have it transferred back in, but it wouldn't happen automatically.
I also had asked that question because my thought, the numbers are great because the 40% is more than, because we were looking at wanting to keep 30.
No, I
And
think,
so it gives us the
I'm all,
buffer room of.
I'm all for it, I just
Yeah.
had a couple of questions on it.
Cause that was my question too, is like, if we take it out, do we, what happens when we drop below, if we take a hit, yeah.
I have an exception in the policy that you guys approved. It says the Board of Commissioners reserves the right to suspend or amend this policy in cases of emergency, financial hardship, or when doing so is in the best interest of the county, subject to a majority vote. So you can move it if you feel that you need. And it may not always be. I mean, it just depends on what the end of the year expenditures are. And you know, next year it's not gonna be as much. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna go in there.
Well, I think you need it just for the simple fact that we don't run into a problem that something bad happens, we have zero money to take care of it. So we've always gotta think of the building. So
Well, yeah,
there's a couple of situations I didn't know how that was gonna actually work.
Are you talking like a contingency fund or are you talking like capital improvement?
Capital improvements,
Right, so you just mentioned if something was wrong.
well, the building cracks and we gotta have a mason come in and it's $100,000. You know, that type of thing. Alright. All the questions I had.
Okay, roll call please.
Haskell,
Yes.
Yes.
Ruditis,
Yes.
Fagan,
Yes.
Einhardt,
Yes.
Jeffy,
Yes.
Gilmore,
Yes,
Rose,
Yes.
Alfred.
Yes.
motion carried.
I'm gonna call Lori for the next motion in case there are any questions. Hi, are you available right now? Okay. She's available if you guys have any questions for the next motion. I'm gonna put her in speaker.
Okay, we should probably present the motion first so we can discuss it.
All right.
Rick, well, I think we're to you.
Okay, Matt Ocean motion to allow county clerk to sign an employee contract for election night according to the constituents.
Second.
Okay. Now, that's not actually what that motion is for. If I'm not mistaken, that's to purchase new software, correct?
No, it's the current software that we have. The price increase, there was a price increase, so we have to sign a new contract. They guaranteed the price, that price for the next 4 years, although I'm not required to keep the software for 4 years. I just have to give written notice of my cancellation if I choose not to keep the software for 4 years. But there was some negotiating because the price went up significantly. And we landed on this price for the software. It's our current software. I did get quotes from other vendors and the state service is higher at other vendors. So it's just a continuation of what we have.
Okay,
I will say that the constituents in my district were very pleased with the software in the last elections. They were happy to be able to see the numbers come in real time, like if you were watching big screen TV the presidential election. As the numbers came in, you could see the little grass move around, and people weren't worried or wondering what's going on. They would just watch it.
that wasn't really real time during the election. But after the election date closed and everybody was phoning in the results.
Yes,
So I don't understand what the benefit was of the program.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, yeah.
Okay, so the benefit is that they can see it in real time. The results come into us literally within 3 minutes of us having results, they're online. And without that, we wait until we get 4 or 5 townships that come in and then we update with a PDF that you have to look through page by page. And we can go back to that. Either way, whatever the board decides, I prefer the software. It's easy. The constituents love it. It's in a graph form. They don't have to page through the PDFs to find it. They can click their favorites. So if you're looking at one race, you can click your favorite and that pops up first. It's just really easy for the constituents. I've had a lot of positive feedback on it.
Where does the price, the cost come in? How do we fund the 8,400?
It's a general fund through elections.
It's not a grant, it's not under budget, nothing.
It is out of my election budget.
Okay.
And I have budgeted I budget for it every year.
And is that $8,400 a year?
No, it's 2,100 a year, and I asked them that as well. Do I have to pay the whole 8,400 up front? They said no. They will send me an annual bill for $2,100.
And that's for each election or just one election?
It's each year.
Each year, so no matter how many elections we have. Okay.
That's substantial increase.
It's a $600 a year increase.
From what we were paying before?
Yeah.
Yes, we were paying $1,500. They told me the market rate is $5,000 a year. That's totally unacceptable. The competitors were around, the other folks were around $3,800 a year, but it's almost $12,000 implementation. It's just outrageous to switch. even at a lower price, it wouldn't have been worth switching.
And so this,
We already paid the $5,000 inflammation fee, a few years ago, so I'd hate to let it go and in the future, try to do something different.
so this program helps us see the township results as they get reported. But we don't need to see the final result any sooner, right?
It's both. It shows that you can sort it however you want to see it. It adds everyone together. So if it's countywide race, as each township comes in, it adds it to the total for the county, and you can bring it down per township. And if it's trying to get out of a room that's equity, sorry. If you want to see by township, you can see by the township for those individual races. And it totals it.
Otherwise, you would have to take all the PDFs, get out your calculator and add up.
Right.
So there's a lot to spend to not have to use your calculator for something.
Yeah, I know, now in my constituency, in my townships, they were high on this. They thought it was a good idea.
And it's cheap enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that expensive,
Even if raising it $600, it's not that much money.
right?
Hey, Lori,
Yes.
how much labor do you think you saved with that? Cause it sounds like it's more fluent, it's a lot easier to use.
It's we do save a lot of phone calls. We get a lot of phone calls on election night because they don't want us look through the PDFs. So it helps that way. We direct everyone to our website, and honestly, people get the results much quicker, literally within 3 minutes of the clerk walking in. We verify their seal number is correct, and their bag is sealed. We upload the results into our EMS system and download it onto a USB, and the next person grabs it and also uploads it on a live computer connected to the internet. It's literally less than 3 minutes, where otherwise we have to print resources. Every time there's an update, we're printing however many pages of a PDF that we have to then take upstairs, because we don't have a scanner in the basement. We have to have staff run upstairs, scan it to the email, download it, and then onto the computer, and then upload it to the internet. And honestly, when we were doing it that way, we wouldn't do it after every single county that reported, because it was time consuming and a waste of resources with the paper. So we would wait till, depending on how quickly they were coming in, we would do 3 or 4 or 5 at a time, and then just answer the questions on the phone. So it was a little chaotic on election night, because everyone wants to know how their race is turning out, and we try to accommodate that.
You'd think your administrator would get you a scanner for down there.
No, not her as often as he is it. Thank you though.
Okay, any other questions for Lori? Okay, roll call please.
Andrew Byers,
Yes.
Rankin,
Yes.
Gilmore,
No.
Gross,
Yes.
Haskell,
Yes.
Holtman,
Yes.
Hauser. Yes. Meinhardt,
Yes.
Janeski.
Yes,
Motion carried. Marlene,
Make a motion to approve the budget calendar for fiscal year of 2027.
I'll second it.
when moved and seconded to approve the budget calendar, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Jenny, what's your treasurer's report?
Mine is just real easy today. You have your statutory reports in front of you. If you have any questions, let me know. And my office just sent out just under 6,000 notices of response. Lots of phone calls and lots of taking payments, which is good, because we're getting ready to pay out. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you. Chair report. I've just been attending my meetings. I really don't have anything to report. Okay. Dale.
Just, I missed a Greenwood Township meeting, but, I attended all my other meetings. Just the hot topic out there is about the data centers and that really, there's a lot of my constituency are totally against the data centers and that, so,
Coming up to discuss some of that in
yeah. That's about it, that's all.
Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the talk of, Surrey Township too, has been, they put in a, moratorium, yeah. Good word. Kind of stall out for a year so they can kind of figure out what they can do to help kind of get ahead of it, but yeah, it's seems to be on everybody's tongue and everywhere you look, so.
Yeah.
Actually, on April 8th, I went with Dwayne down to the Heritage Hall out attached to the Capitol, and our road commission got a impact award winner for their hiring a employee through an internship that turned into a full-time employee, and I thought it was very nice for someone in Clare County to get that award. I was happy to see that. Good job, Dwayne.
Good job.
And one other question. Opioid one. Yeah. How does that work? Do we have a big surplus of that? How can we spend it? Is we gonna have to give some back if we don't spend it?
We're not gonna have to give any.
All right.
We had our plan, we've, so we're using it for the expansion of the recovery court. But we also have somebody that's, you know, guiding people in other directions in the county. So we have somebody that's being paid out of it.
Yeah, the reason I asked, I guess I don't need to know everything about it, is the pretrial committee that I'm on, that Michelle chairs
Yeah.
and the judges are on, and they're looking for funding, and I brought that up, and I did not know if that would be available
It
to
is
them on
available.
some of that.
Yeah, and I did meet with, Judge Ambrositis and, Michelle Camper about it.
All right,
I believe it was last week.
okay, so as after the meeting, they must have.
Um,
I think it was after our meeting.
Okay, maybe. So
Okay,
we
so we
have,
are discussing that if it may
Yeah.
be needed.
and I
Okay.
told them it was available. So we can always use that.
Yeah, if it's in this packet too, and on 284, gives you the dollar.
I didn't know it was all spoken for, how we had to do that with that grant, and I knew before we were having a hard time deciding how we had to spend it and what was going on with that. So,
And we're getting, little bits here for, you know, probably for the next, probably 16 years.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much as we got up front. But we're hoping to carry that through the
Right.
next 16 years. Yeah,
all right,
for
That's-
sure.
that's all I got.
Happy to collaborate with that.
Thanks. Jeff, or not Jeff, Jack.
Couple of weeks ago, I was up to, Roscom until the MAC meeting. And there was a lot of discussion about the solar cells and about the data centers. And the big concern is the state's continuation of taking away local control. Where the locals can have some say in what's going to go on with those. Another thing that was brought up. They're expecting after the elections, the septic tank law to come back in, legislation to be introduced on the septic tank inspection. We reported on that for the last couple of years. And we thought it was kind of a dead issue. No, it's not going to be according to what Mac thinks. And this time it's a little different. Jeff and I was talking about this before the meeting. He's chairman of the region health department. The proposal and the legislation hasn't been introduced yet, so there could be some different variations and some things on it, but they're expected that instead of the health departments doing the inspections and controlling your septic systems and things on, and you know, if you need a new septic, you go to the health department, you get it. Their MAC is expecting a new legislation to say that Eagle will be in charge of all septic drain fields and that kind of stuff. And if that's the case, anybody that's ever dealt with Eagle, so kind of, yeah.
They're fighting that tooth and nail right now too.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, so. Who knows how that's going to go, but they do say that it's going to happen. There's gonna be some legislation introduced, whether it passes or not. And we hard to tell, but the big concern is the state continues to erode local control. That's it.
Marty,
Oh, I have nothing to report except, to agree with Dale on the data centers that all the townships don't want them. They're all looking into it. That's all I have.
Yes, good morning. For Hayes Township, there's obviously a concern or focus on blight. So in a good meeting, I was at the last meeting, they're going to start focusing on blight issues with the township. Also, the township reported that 20% delinquent taxes sold to the counties. That correct, Jenny? So that's a significant amount, 20% of Hayes Township. That's not good. Obviously, the thinking there is that taxes are too high, property taxes specifically. The extravaganza, on a good note, was a success at the airport last Saturday. Probably primarily because of the beautiful weather. It was sunny and clear. We had 2 planes fly in, one with the Easter Bunny. And then I'd like to thank the city as well as the township for their efforts in partnering with the county to make that event such a success. We'd like to obviously do that in the future. Lori, you mentioned some of the things about the MDOT grants. I just wanted to explain that. So last year, if you recall, there was $3.5 million that MDOT Bureau of Aeronautics sliced away from the general budget at the state for use by general aviation airlines. And we were fortunate to get some of that with the lights in. This year, they've allocated $5 million to general aviation airports. Again, no county match. And what they've indicated to me is that of the 72 general aviation airports that are eligible for this funding, 10% did not finish their projects last year. And then potentially are ineligible for applying this year. So in essence, that could only mean 65 airports are eligible for more money, 5 million. So we're gonna go ahead and put in for those grants again. And I'll ask the board for your support in that, because it is, like I said, no match. The one caveat to what this year's scheme is, last year they allowed for extensions. This year they do not. So we're gonna refocus on what specifically we're gonna ask for so that we can meet the deadline of executing the grants by the 30th of September. So don't fail, you have to be complete and close down. So we're gonna retool that and I'll come back to the board with requests for those. Lastly, the new director of the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency visited with Carl Hauser, myself, Lord Phelps was in attendance. Terry Sabo is the new director. He's a former representative downstate. So obviously, they're gonna be term limited with the new election and the new governor. But real good guy, real focused on veterans, and it was a pleasure meeting him. And this is, I believe, the first time that the MVAA, the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency Director, has ever visited Clare County and specifically our Veteran Service Office. So we're doing well up there, so I just want to report that to you. That's all I have.
Hello, everyone. So Franklin Township, they had a very lengthy discussion about the new changes to websites that are going to be required to be ADA compliant for townships and municipal organizations that have over 50,000 is this year. For next year, everyone under. that amount, so they have until 27. Franklin Township. They were wondering about the pricing of making it from what they have to what it is now, going to be required. On Summerfield Township, they discussed the upcoming elections. They ratified the agreement between them and us county for the 9 days of early voting. They also did changes to the wages of their election inspectors, the share of that. The action agency working on strategic plan. We are getting close to finishing the current one and we'll be moving on to make a new one. Hamilton Township, major work on the park has been completed. They are tentatively scheduled to have it done by the 15th of May. I would like to invite all of you on behalf of Hamilton Township. Again, there's going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony on the 6th of June. The ribbon cutting will be at 11:30 park. It's right outside of the Township Hall. There will be food provided from the Union Board. And also there is going to be a fundraiser for the park. It's going to be craft and craft and shrek. All it's going to be on June 20th from 8 AM until 8 PM. If you want to come in and craft, it's $40. If you are a vendor and you would like to set up a table, it's $80. If you have a table that you can provide.
Yes. Any public comment? Yes.
I was kind of wanted to piggyback off of Gabe a little bit and thank the township, Brendan and Savannah, and then the city of Nita, the county, and Lori was able to step in what she could, Gabe.
And the Kavanaughs.
Oh, yes, and the Kavanaughs. And I kind of felt useless at those meetings because Brendan and Anita and Savannah, those two are like machines. Every meeting, yep, this done, this done, this done. It turned out great. Want to thank Ricky once again. Thank you for stepping up and providing us for trash removal. And I think I thanked you already, but I wanted to make sure I did it again for stepping up that time I asked to help get the ice off the roof. That was a huge help. And then unrelated to the airport real quick, Jacob, for your explanation earlier. I still don't quite understand what all that was, but your detailed explanation on how you looked at those numbers and then were able to quantify them. Thank you. That cleared things up a little bit better for someone who has no idea what that's about. I'm sure there's others who appreciate that. As Gabe stated, we are looking into applying for more grants, and I really hope that the commissioners support us in this. And just keep the ball rolling, keep moving forward with the airport, keep making it better for our community. For those of you who weren't aware, back in September, we had an emergency landing at that airport. Weather got a hole ahead of a VFR pilot, and he was able to find our airport and land safely. If we had closed that airport, that would have been a completely different incident. There's a good possibility he might have crashed and would have lost a citizen of the state. So I know one incident doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'm sure to that man's family, it was huge. So I hope that we can continue to move forward, continue to support the airport, and make it what it should be. I know there was some rumblings on that big old dirt pile that had sat there all winter. J Rank was finally able to take advantage of the warm weather, finish the backfilling. The issue was that by the time they were able to finish the project, they went from starting the project with 0 frost to ending the project with about 36 inches of frost. So they just couldn't backfill it, it was frozen. The new dirt piles, that's me working on grading for water issues, so hopefully I can get that cleaned up soon. But again, I just want to thank all of you for continuing to support the airport. George, taking aside a few times. Thank me for the work I'm doing, and those who volunteer to help too. It's not just, there's a lot of other people in the back end to help them, so thank you again, and hopefully, if we get approved for these grants, you guys give us the okay, so we can go forward.
Okay, thanks, Anderson. Do we have any unfinished business? Then we're to new business. I'll start out with the road commission discussion that's been there. Both of the townships I attend have been questioned why we have gone to 5 commissioners instead of 3. Because it was originally, in their opinion, and I talked to Jack, I think that was the opinion of the board at the time, that it was before I was on the board, was to increase communication between the townships and the road commission. And I have never seen a regular road commissioner, Dwayne, you and Bill Payne, Grant Township. That's the only time in Grant Township we have seen anyone from the road commission. And in Sheridan Township, I've seen Max twice in the last 3.5 years. So there has been no increased communication between the road commission and the townships. I thought we should consider going back to 3 road commissioners instead of 5. It would be a savings to the county.
Right, I was involved with that, Jack, I think, I don't know if anybody else was on the board at the time, we took it from 3 commissioners to 5. But that was one of the main drivers for moving it to 5, was that it was gonna get those road commissioners out to each and every township meeting, because at the time, there was a lot of discussion about roads and there were answers that the township supervisors couldn't make, couldn't give the people.
Right.
So that was a big driving force why we went to 5. And when we interviewed the people and talked to them and appointed the 2, that this is the hottest topic out there. You need to get out to the township meetings.
Oh, and I'll compliment Bill. The townships see Bill regularly, and we do appreciate the fact that you're out talking to the townships. So I'm not being negative with everyone. You're spoken highly of by the townships that we perceive, but you're about the only commissioner that's making it out to the township meetings.
I know, and we have discussed it, I don't know how to prove that, I would work on it, try to get involved. I think the 5 commissioners has really helped us, because we have a much more diverse group, and we have discussions on major purchases or any other thing. It used to be when we had the 3, you only had to turn one vote to get whatever you wanted done. Now we get a good long discussion about that. And we have, like I said, we do have a diverse group. We know we got a couple of dirt guys and a couple of businessmen, people that know the legislature a little bit better too. So that helps with our discussions. I would really like to keep the 5-man board if we can, but I do understand the need to get out into the public.
Yeah.
I can't go to them, I tried going to everybody and I just can't do it.
No, but
I'm doing 6 townships now, regularly, but we'll see if we can improve that.
Right, like I had said, I mean, that was one of the most important parts about bringing on the added 2 commissioners. And I mean, one of the biggest responsibilities of a commissioner is you've got to have that link between the citizens and the actual road commission. And it was lacking at that time.
I was on the board when that happened also.
Was it? You were on it
Yes,
too, Jeff?
and
Okay.
I think what Bill just brought up was the main reason, another one of the main reasons is you only had 3. And the fact that if you had 2 that, sway one and that vote goes through easy. And it may not be the best or whatever went on, and that was another big reason.
I will say there was also concerns about the element. Was would have 2 commissioners talk about it over the road commissioner, because that would constitute a lead. I will say that Bill has been going regularly to my township meetings. The 5th district has been very well represented by the road commission. Thank you very much.
wait, you have a comment?
So
If I may,
Bill does a great job. I know he gets out of that, and I know.
Greenwood. Greenwood doesn't.
Some of the other ones, I will have that discussion. Dale is right, I think, back then, but. I think roads were a hot topic for a lot of wrong reasons. I think. I mean, we still have. Issues, but. I don't think there's. I think the ship has righted, so. Maybe. We've lacked as far as communicating with the townships, but I think internally, staff wise, we have a really good communication and relationship with our townships. And then I think like with David, I just think the diversity of five, and like Jeff said, I think that was another reason, but in my opinion, five's working. I think things going well. We're in the news for a lot of right reasons. That's my thought on it right now.
But our five useful if they're not getting out and talking to any of the constituents, to know what your needs are. How, how much value are they?
Well, they're not district either like you guys, so it makes it's a little bit trickier, I think, for someone to drive from Grant Township all the way up to Winterfield for 7:30.
Or you've got one in Sheridan Township, if you go to Sheridan and Grant.
Right, and I will definitely talk to them and express you guys' concerns for sure. I'm not disagreeing.
The reason I mention it now is because I think if you're going to eliminate positions, it should happen before an election. So that you're not getting rid of a current commissioner, you just don't replace one for an office that's up for election. So that was my point in wanting to bring it up today. So.
Taking one off though would kind of end up in a bad situation.
Well, until the next election.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Well, you take one off now and at the next election, one of the ones up for election position would disappear.
That leaves us with an even vote.
But if you have a tie vote, the motion fails, that's Robert's rules of order. So.
So there's nothing gets done at the road commission either.
Well, if that's the breakdown. It'd be no different than having the motion fail for any other.
I think the road commission has heard your concerns about lack of communication, and I think let's give them the opportunity to go fix that. As opposed to us making wholesale changes to their road. We ourselves are not pure in this, so we don't make all our needs either. So I wouldn't start casting stones with them, give them a chance to fix their board with you.
I just wanted us to talk about it today, and
Saying, want to move forward.
well, that's, if we were going to move forward, it should happen today, because we have one position up for election this year.
I do have a procedural question. What would happen if we did eliminate that position when there are potentially people who already filed to running that position?
That's a risk anytime you eliminate a position.
Yes, but I'm saying is this, if they've already filed the paperwork for it.
There's just not an election. So their paperwork is not. I'm not sure anyone filed yet, it just thought it needed to be talked about before the filing deadline.
Yeah, I just curious is, would there be an issue if the race is already set to appear on the ballot? There's been people that have filed. This is perhaps just theoretical, so I'm not sure if anyone has one filed.
There is one that's.
There is one? So would that become an issue? I'm not an expert in election.
It's not an issue as long as you make the decision before the filing deadline.
Okay.
That was the reason it was brought up today.
I'm for keeping five. Why don't we just do that right now and we'll make this tell us if we wanna go any further.
Would you like to move that as a motion so we have it on record?
Well, we're having a discussion, can't we get everybody's opinion?
Did you? Okay.
I personally think the road commission is doing a very good job. They are there if you call them, they're available. They're willing to talk, they're willing to come to your meeting if they are invited. They can't always get out and get to every meeting that the county has. It's just, they need to pick and choose If it's a special need, if it's something special that the township wants, they will call the road commission and the road commission will be there.
I say we give them an opportunity to correct
I,
the wrong, I guess. I mean, again, when we put them in those positions of 5 commissioners, one of the main reasons to do that was to get the communication between the constituents or the people out in the community and to the road commission.
Right.
And, you know, I can say I haven't seen them out at my meetings, only maybe when I've seen Bill out there, out to Lincoln, but, the other ones are, Dwayne's come out to do presentations and stuff like that, but we really need to see those commissioners out to the township meetings. Cause I've watched supervisors struggle to answer road questions that they had no knowledge of what was going on and stuff like
We had a
that.
township meeting last night where someone came and had road commissioner questions. I
Yeah,
referred them to you, Dwayne. Just
yeah.
so you know what to expect.
I say we give them,
I didn't have your phone number on me, but they told me if they called up there and answered you, I was sure you could help them.
I say we give them the opportunity to correct the wrong and go from there.
I agree.
Okay. Well, I did my diligence. I brought it to the board like I was asked to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just had, would it be possible to look at making the commissioners the district system like you guys, so that it makes them accountable?
No,
That's a
it
thought.
can't be done.
They can't be, okay.
It's in the state constitution, how it's set up. It's in the state constitution, how it's set up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I can say one thing about that. 3 years ago, that was introduced at the state level to make road commissioners to be elected by district, and it did not.
Okay.
And I've never heard anything come back on it. I would kind of like that myself, but that just died in the legislature, and then, like I said, I never did the more.
So that would have to be set up.
Yeah, like Jack said,
Okay.
this, we're set up by Act 51.
Good question, though.
So I can add from a township's perspective. Obviously, we're lucky enough to have Bill come to all of our township meetings. But as far as like. I mean, it's a two-way street in my opinion. So I mean, like Dwayne hears from me probably 5 times a week and I'm on the phone with Nate constantly. So in my opinion, it's kind of. The supervisors for your townships should be taking on a role with this too. They should be reaching out to the road commission, doing some work too. I wouldn't put all the burden just on the road commission with this. So just my opinion. I mean, we had a problem with like Jill Janet a couple weeks ago. I called, talked to Dwayne. We set up a quick joint meeting. We're out there for 30 minutes, had a problem fixed and we went on about it. So just a two-way street, I think, for the township should be communicating with the road commission on behalf of the citizens. It shouldn't be fully the road commission's responsibility to be taking on all the citizens by themselves.
All right. Window discussion.
I would like to call your attention to the monitors and show you pictures of our windows. I've talked with you for a while now.
You want me to
this
just
winter I'm
scroll?
gonna come to you and ask about our windows being replaced. We need to replace our windows. They're rotted. They're bug infested because of their rotted inside. Let's kind of look at these.
How many windows total do we have?
Oh, gosh, dude, I have
That one.
off the top of my head right now.
I
She can put her finger in the hole.
They all have that,
100%.
except for the ones that we replaced in 2015. The ones upstairs are they're screwed in. The city had to bring their truck here, their bucket truck, so we could screw them in and hold them in.
Lori, do we have an estimate for replacement?
About $138,000.
How many windows?
I'm not sure how many, I mean, it's on the bid, but.
Do we have just one bid or how many bids?
Yep, one, I'd have to do an RFP.
Okay.
Where's the plan to pull out?
Well,
We just put.
280,000.
Whoa, yeah.
To the point of having capital.
Yep.
improvements.
correct.
Which is
Crazy
what
out
all improvements on this.
Yes.
So then do we should just get it done?
Yeah.
We have to go through our RFP process.
Yes, I'd like to put together an RFP,
I agree with you, Jack.
get it out, and in a couple weeks, we can, you know, award it and get it done.
Yeah.
It-
We've got a responsibility to take care of the building.
Non-excluded on the main floor, look at the whole.
Why would it?
Yeah, I'd say,
Non-excluded on the main floor, it's upstairs.
The upstairs, they're falling out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, to get my
Work
car-
some great Let's put some of that great stuff in there, it'll be fine.
so I'd say we should get moving on it too, plus the humidity that's been going on, I know it's been getting
That's disgusting.
real heavy outside
Yeah.
and with the already being exposure and moisture seeping in and everything, it's only gonna get worse as the spring starts to spring.
Thank you, so I'm gonna start going on that, and then you can just approve of the.
Yep.
Buy a roll of Visqueen for $100.
So this would be a place where we would make a motion to start to look out, to start that process then?
Well, I mean, you could do that, or I could just go ahead and start the process, and then you can make a motion. To accept the, contract, you know, the bid, we can do it that way,
Yeah, just move
I think
forward
that'd
with
be-
the
yeah.
RFP.
alright.
GFL expansion discussion and support request. Mr. Faker, would you like to address that one?
Or you want to read letter 300?
Yes, so in the event that the board supports. What Rick is gonna talk about, I did put a letter of support together for you to sign. If you support what Rick is gonna request. Do you wanna tell him what you're doing?
Read the letter first and we'll.
Alright. The Clark County Board of Commissioners expresses its strong support for the proposed transfer station in Hayes Township. This project represents a critical investment in the county's infrastructure, environmental stewardship, and long-term economic development. The development of a transfer station with an integrated recycling component will help Clark County meet the requirements of Michigan's new materials management plan. Currently, the county does not have a centralized recycling facility, and this project would address the need while improving access and participation in recycling efforts. This initiative is expected to create new jobs and contribute positively to the local economy. Additionally, it will help reduce costs for residents by lowering transportation expenses associated with waste disposal. A centrally located facility will reduce the number of miles traveled by waste collection vehicles, decreasing fuel consumption, lowering maintenance costs, and reducing wear on local roads. Fewer miles driven will also result in reduced emissions, supporting a cleaner and healthier environment. Overall, this project will have a meaningful and positive environmental impact while providing efficient, cost-effective waste management solutions for Clare County residents. And the Clare County Board of Commissioners fully supports this project and encourages its advancement. That is, if you do support.
Rick, is there any need for funds to come from the county?
Yeah.
No, it's all gonna be, the facility will all be financed through GFL.
Start, we already got another support from Hayes Township to start out with, basically basically what the transfer station, we built on the facility there, be all enclosed, I mean, nothing be outside, everything inside be cleaned up daily, so there's nothing up on the floor. It's good to create, I mean, little history from when I started GFL 8 years ago, we had 6 employees, now we got over 80 employees, so we do have a huge economic impact on this area right now. And this will create another 5 to 10 jobs. Another good thing, I was gonna bring right now, because there is no place for recycling to go to if you transfer it to a processing facility. Right now, the closest processing facilities we got is Traverse City. I think there's one down by Flint, maybe got to one in Mount Pleasant. So this will allow for people to come in, other companies that don't, they're recycling, so we get into the processing, so we can increase recycling through the state of Michigan. And also, we're committed to right now get waste management for the landfill pays 10 cents a yard to Hayes Township, 12 cents a yard for waste to the county. we're committed to pay that, also paid on the yardage for recycling, so we pay on recycling.
Did you have a location in mind?
If it was location, either next to the building we're renting, or there's a couple other lots we're dealing with. Right there, it'd be within 100 feet of our facility.
Aesthetically pleasing to the community?
Yes, we stay pleasing the community. We'll have fences around it, we'll have trees around it, would be all enclosed, doors on it, so there's nothing outside, everything is inside.
And is this open to community members to be able to drop off recyclables?
Yes, correct.
Or just a statute.
No,
Everybody.
everybody.
And it's just an open, so any members of the county can go in, there's no kind of passes or anything?
But no, I mean, for recycling, there's no fee for recycling, we just drop off, but if you were to bring waste, would be a little charge, that because you gotta pay.
Right. Okay,
Is the entrance off industrial?
Yes,
Okay, so we're gonna have to obviously have a discussion with fix it.
yeah, if we assume that, so we have to do our part to fix the road. I was good at that, you Jack. Don't.
And then again, you don't have to vote on the letter of support, just if you support it, then you guys can sign the letter.
I love the idea.
Question.
You know,
What are we gonna do about the smell?
There's cleanup daily, so there's really no smell. One time there was smell when you dump, it's inside the building, and the floors are cleaned up, it's packed in a trailer, so.
There's no ventilation fans outside.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
When you said at your current location or the lots near, I'm assuming you're talking about the lots across the street, across the industrial area.
Correct, yeah, possibility.
How tall will this new facility be?
But new facility, it'd probably be, it's gonna be able to dump in there, so it's gonna be at least, I think, 20-some feet tall, 25 foot tall.
Have you done any studies as far as height versus its proximity to the runway, height restriction?
That, we have to submit to Eagle, and they go through that, they look at all that. This is a preliminary step, so I can submit to Eagle so they can look at it, we do.
Do you want us to find it there?
If we agree with it.
Okay. Any other questions for Rick?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Have you thought of, or looked at any other possible locations? Like for instance, the old Weldon property that's been available for quite some time. So other than where you're at now in industrial area, you guys look at those places and.
He's in kind of the Eagle. Okay, I haven't been there.
Okay, I agree with the city of Harrison zoning concerns. And by the way, thank you, Justin, for your letter that you wrote and sent to the commission. I appreciated it for one. And I agree with you 100%. I think we need to make sure we keep zoning control locally, not let the state assume all of the responsibility and mandate to us what they want. So I asked Lori if she would write a resolution to the board, stating that we would also be opposed to those bills and would like to see all of the zoning control kept locally.
And this needs to be shown. It's just a copy.
Everybody. She can have a big room. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Very well.
I thought it was very well. Good job.
I can change anything if you want while I'm waiting.
I thought you did great. Oh, my. Did say so, we're picking that. Yeah. That's the best way. That's a big. When you're ready, I would be glad to entertain a motion to, accept this, accept this resolution.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Justin, did you have any comments you'd like to make with regard to that? Did you get the PR resolution?
Yeah, Lori sent it to me yesterday. I read through it. She did a fantastic job writing it. Overall, my challenge to Tom Coons where I will oppose any bill that tries to take and I like to use local decision making instead of saying local control, just because the decisions involve the residents and control doesn't. So,
Right.
and by taking that state control or the local decision making away and the control going to the state, the voice of the residents matter a lot less. So it's a lot better for the residents when they can come directly to the meeting where the things that are gonna impact them are being voted on and can directly speak their mind. Like, for example, last night we had our planning commission meeting, we're working on short-term rentals. We had voices last night that directly impacted and we're making changes based on their voice, and that would not happen if control goes away.
We got a motion.
Yep, we have a motion in a second.
I'm sorry, what?
What's the number on the resolution?
It is, I got it. It would be 2609.
Thank you. You have a copy, David?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a copy of there?
No.
I do not. I did look them up online and read it.
So I'd like to have that kind of one before we go around. Here, that's why, but this is now presented to us at, after we. It's the first time I've seen this. And I'm being asked to vote for it.
But you got the email from Justin that
Yeah,
came to the board.
But I haven't had time to review these bills, make my own independent decision. That's my bill.
Well, this was in our board pack.
The bills were out in the board packet.
The resolution was in the board pack.
No, the resolution was not in there. No.
And the decision of whether or not we were going to be doing this was not in the agenda or preset, so it's. I agree, I'd like to review the bills, I haven't gotten a chance to go through and read them. Or anything either, I mean, I am all for not taking away. Decision-making from local government, but I do wanna read the bills to know what's in them. Before I can oppose them.
I looked them up online and read it because I'd like to see us take action as soon as possible before they're voted on at the state level. If we make our resolution and advice to our state representative after the vote's taken, we're a little late.
You mean Representative Tom Coons?
Yes, yes.
I know that he had replied, that he's already withdrawn support for.
Two of them, but not the third one.
Okay, I would like to read them. I mean, it's great that you've read them. I haven't gotten a chance to read them yet. So before I don't feel comfortable voting on. Like the premise of it. Makes sense, but the actual bills I haven't read, so I don't know if I oppose them. Because I'm going based off of the summaries that have been provided by other people.
That's fine.
We got a motion, we got a second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Let's make this a roll call vote, please.
Verify the motion.
The motion was to accept the resolution from the board, stating our position on maintaining, local zoning rather than having transferred to the state.
Can I pass the motion? Second?
Jeff made the motion.
I did.
Marlene seconded it.
Meinhardt,
Yes.
Oakley,
I would have liked to refer, the bills beforehand, but I am in favor of, local control or the state control, so I will vote this.
Gross,
No,
Gilmore,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Presidents,
No.
Haskell,
Yes.
Hauser,
Yes.
Jeffy.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Any other business that we need to bring up?
I just, real quick, I just received an email, just mainly, for Jacob and Marlene. May affect some of their areas, but Great Lakes Energy Co-op policy are shutting down some of the grid due to the current ongoing flooding in Osceola County and the Everett area. And the disruption may affect a limited amount of households that border Osceola. Just so that you guys are aware.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
So move the second, we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned.